So Chopper, like I said, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions just to try to figure out where you are in the new home search timeline, what is exactly what you're looking for, and try to see if we can get you in the home that you truly like.
Sounds good.
Do you mind if I take some notes?
No, please go ahead.
Cool. Okay, so first of all, tell me a little bit about your current living situation. What's making you want to buy a house right now?
Honestly, I live in the heart of Montrose, which is great. But my wife and I are in an 1,100 square foot apartment in a quadplex. It's great, it's convenient, it's inexpensive, but we are quickly growing out of it. I am originally from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, so I'm used to a lot more grass and open space. And I'm feeling quite confined there. I mean, the roads are terrible, the congestion with traffic is horrible. There's not much green grass, but out here, it seems a little bit farther outside the city. There's way more space in between the houses. The community you guys have built here is not so congested to the point where you're rubbing elbows with people walking in and out of their doors. So this is it's what drew me here the most.
Of course, I mean, if you see our community, we have open green space in comparison to other communities where it's more of a high density complex that gives you a feel of an apartment complex. In here, in Reserva Moritz, you're basically getting a community suburban feel to it with a green open space.
No, absolutely. That's what I noticed when I walked in the gate at first. I actually took some time while you were in here and walked around and got a feel for the community. And I have to admit, it got me a little bit more excited about talking about the possibility of me getting a home.
Perfect. Well, you're in the right track to getting a home. So you say you're from Maryland. So what brought you to Houston?
My wife. I met my wife in Savannah, Georgia, which we both agreed we were not too fond of. I wanted to move back to Washington, and she didn't like the cold, so I decided I'd rather move to Texas and marry her than move home and not have her. It brought me here 3 years ago.
Well, that's a big commitment, man. Congratulations for that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, happy wife, happy life, right?
That's what we strive for every day.
Yeah, I'm actually from Mexico too, so I'm about to get married as well. But yeah, Houston is a great place. Industry is great. Real estate is always great as well.
That's what I've heard. And you're from. And my wife and I are planning on going to Mexico City for a belated honeymoon. I mean, what do you think about that?
If you want to go and find a true experience in Mexico, you can always go to the beach or Cancun and stuff like that, but that's going to be more Americanized. But I'll truly recommend you my hometown, which is Guadalajara. And of course, if you want the beach, you can go to Puerto Vallarta, which is like 3 hours away.
Really? That's amazing. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, my friend.
Good
I'll send you some notes on that.
That'd be great, yeah.
So tell me a little bit more of your current living situation and what are the things you like about your current home that you say you want to sacrifice that?
I'm willing to sacrifice all of it. My wife is harder to convince. She is from Houston, born and raised inside the 610 loop. So it's like pulling teeth and fingernails out just to move her outside of her comfort zone, which I'm working on, and she's coming around every day. And the biggest point that we're going to try to find is to find the right home. I think if I find the right home, she shouldn't have any problem moving outside.
I mean, one of the things you have to look around, in Spring Branch, for instance, Spring Branch is still in the redevelopment phase where buying a house right now, it could be good in the long run as an investment wise, meaning that you're still close to the inner loop circle, but you're a little bit outside. Schools are better, so you guys aren't thinking of having kids right now. But in the future, you won't be able to. You don't have to send your kids in private school because public schools are great. You have Valley Oaks Elementary, which is just one corner away from here. Landrum Middle School and Memorial High School.
Great. No, that's incredible. I mean, the kids are certainly in the future, not necessarily this month, but next year once we get in the house.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings a question, floor plan wise. I know that you guys have quite a bit of options, but since I'm from out of town, I think my family will be visiting quite often, and I was hoping that you had a floor plan that had somewhat of an apartment style or a bedroom, full bathroom on the first floor, so that once they're here, we're not crossing paths at all times of the day and night.
Of course. So have privacy in both sides. Of course, that's what we call an in-law suite.
Okay.
That's second story living. So you'll come in. There'll be a really big master. It's considered like a master suite on the first floor with a covered patio, and then you'll have your living area on the second and your fully master bedroom on the third.
Really? Okay.
So it's actually considered in-law suite. We have 4 homes available right now as an inventory homes that I can show you the different options we offer for that.
Great. Yeah. No. I mean, I've heard some blowback from older souls about the third floor master, but luckily, I'm still in fighting shape.
You look in shape, so you shouldn't have a problem.
I don't have any problem. I think that's what we're looking for. I think the privacy is more important at this point than functionality, as we're not looking to make this our home for the next 20 years. This is more of a building stage.
Okay.
First home, get exactly what we need and want in a place where the resale value might be more than other places in the future, so we can move up in the long run.
Well, you're. It looks like you've done your due diligence, and that's the reason why you're here, right?
That's correct.
So, other than being in this community, have you checked other places other than Reserva Moritz?
I have. I've gone to the community just next to you by David Weekley.
Okay.
It seems like they do a good job of building homes quickly. It's just you are a little bit more spread out than they are. They're very tight. They packed quite a few homes in there. They made their roads somewhat of a grid, so it's difficult entering and exiting. I like the flow of Moritz. There are technically no 90-degree turns. The houses are not on top of each other. There's green space in the middle. It's visually pleasing to me, and that's the most important part when I come home and go to work every morning.
You're right. I mean, as you saw, David Wilkie, it's just starting. There's barely started to build right now, so you won't see the feel of apartment complex as of right now, because they're still early stages on construction. But there's gonna be around 100 and plus homes in that community. And here is gonna be more of a unique community where we're only gonna have 54 homes total.
Great. That's a little bit more personal, and I'm from a small town. Don't want to be a part of an enormous community. So again, you're really touching bases on points that I like.
Of course. So tell me a little bit of your timeline. Are you looking to buy something already built, or you're flexible?
ASAP. The sooner the better.
Okay.
Honestly, there's only so many shelves I can build in my apartment, so many things I can shove under the bed.
You're ready to get
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Well, this is what I'm gonna do after. So I'm gonna show you the model, so you can take a look at it, so you can see yourself in the house with furniture. Because the inventory homes I'm gonna show you, only one has furniture. The other ones are not with furniture, but the layout of the rooms and master bedrooms are really similar. So I'm gonna walk you through the model. It's not a first floor living. It's not a second story living, but it'll give you a feel of how we build our homes. Then I'll walk you to my inventory homes, and based on what you told me, you want space, you want some kind of a backyard, you want second story living, big in-law suite. I think that the Rise floor plan is gonna be probably the best fit.
Great.
I'll show you that. We have 2 of them available, so you maybe want to choose the one that you like the most and fit your needs the better.
Great. Well, let's go check them out.
Sounds like a plan?
Awesome, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.